Can we just kick off with the team news? Is this the week for Max Jarrett to come back?
Yeah, Max will play this week. He might play at half, he might play at fullback, he might do a bit of both. But yeah, he's back.
And if he does play at fullback, what are the half permutations potentially?
Well, obviously we got Josh in there, and Pitsy played there last week, and I thought he did a pretty good job, to be honest. So yeah, we've got a couple of options. Yeah, I think I'll leave it till tomorrow, and we'll see what we turn up with.
We'll wait and see. What about Josh Griffin? I think he's back in the squad, isn't he? Has he got the potential to come back?
Yeah, Griff will be in the team. I thought he came back into the team pretty well when he was in there previously, and then just had a little bit of a slight injury, and yeah, he's back available. So yeah, we've got a couple of options on what to do with the back row.
And have you got a more precise prognosis on Jake Truman?
Yeah, he's had a scan, and he's got a little bit of a bulging disc, which is I don't think it's a major issue. So he's had an injection in his back to settle it down, and he's getting about at the minute. We're just sort of treating the symptoms at the moment, which is still pretty sore and he's still pretty stiff, and you can't get onto the field at this week. But I'm hoping it's not too long term. It's we're just working through getting him back moving, and getting him feeling comfortable with. Obviously, it's a pretty physical game, rugby league, so you need to be in a good place physically to play it. And he's coming through a bit of an issue there that we're pretty hopeful and confident it's not going to be long term.
It's obviously you can't help that, but how much of a frustration is it to your ambition at the moment that you're having to sort of chop and change in those spine positions?
Yeah, well, it's tough, isn't it? I think we've had a bit of this all year, to be honest, with different injuries and not being able to select a consistent team. But it's a crazy old game, rugby league, isn't it? When boys put the bodies on the line and you pick up injuries, and look, it is what it is. I think I've long gone past worrying too much about what you've got. You want to have your best team on the field, but the actual reality is, the the times where for long periods you don't have that, and that's why you have a squad, and you work hard to make sure your squad's as good as it possibly can be. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do when you're changing combinations all the time. But I do feel like we've got a really strong squad, and we're handling it pretty well. I think last couple of weeks, I was a little bit disappointed last week with our first half. I thought we responded pretty well in the second half, and like I say, it's we're doing all right. We're in a good place, and I think a little bit more luck, and we'd be in an even better place. But I do feel the players doing a great job at the moment.
You've been involved in this particular derby fixture countless times, haven't you? But it's the first time on this particular side of the fence. In the time that you have been involved, have you come to realise what it is about the rivalry between these two sides? What makes this fixture so special?
Yeah, I just think the close proximity. It's a really, really close derby. I mean, it doesn't take you long to drive from one ground to the other. So that that's obviously one. It's a long, long rivalry, isn't it? So it's a big one. I think we've just got a lot of fans here today watching us train, and I spoke to them before, and mentioned the game against Castleford, and there was a big cheer. So I think they're really looking forward to it. It's been a couple of years now since the last one, so it should be an awesome atmosphere. Um, and yeah, just looking forward to it. Obviously, like you say, it's my first time on the Wakefield side as a head coach, but I think there've been outstanding games over the years, and for us, challenges to get back on track, and look after ourselves, focus on ourselves as a team, and make sure that we're as good as we know we can be.
Do you think you'll get some special attention if you walk past the cast section on Thursday?
Yeah, well, I did previously, when I was at at Warrington. Got a fair bit of stick, but that is what it is. Don't worry about that too much.
Water off a duck's back, isn't it? Have you been an interested spectator as to Cass's recruitment over the last 24 hours?
Yeah, obviously they feel like they needed to bring some more players into their middle unit. So yeah, that's up to them to fix the recruitment up. They obviously feel like they haven't got it right previously, and some of the players that they've got in there that they're not happy with. So that's up to them. For me, I'm just focusing on us. We feel like we've done an awesome job from a recruitment perspective, and we've got a lot of trust in the players that we've got here to do a great job for us.
Perfect. Thank you, my friend. I'll pass you over. See you on Thursday.
Cheers, mate.
Daryl, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. This home form malarkey, probably coincidence at this point, but the longer it goes on, the more people talk about it and make it into theories. What's your take on it all so far this season?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to talk about it, to be honest. I don't. I've mentioned it until the cows come on previously. I just think it's nothing. It's a non-issue, to be honest. I think we're playing pretty well wherever we are, to be honest. So we'll just crack on and get after this game, and then like I say, I'm not making any issue out of it at all. I know other people are, but for me, it's just get on. It's a game that's in front of us. Just go and play well.
You mentioned performances. I know that you've had some great wins. You've had some losses where you won't be too pleased with either. But generally speaking, would it be fair to say that the performances of the team have satisfied you, maybe even exceeded what you expected 7 rounds into a season?
Well, I think I don't think we really knew at the start of the year what we had because we signed 10 new players. We got quite a lot of players who haven't played in Super League before. So I don't think we really knew. We just thought we thought we had an idea of what we had, but you don't know. And I think we've done a good. I think we at this moment in time we're in a really really strong position. Not just for where we sit points wise. I think we've done a good job there. We had a tough start fixture wise to the season, but I just think the way we've sort of we've molded together as a coaching and playing team, and where we're at now, we're managing different situations. Managing last week where we were really disappointed with our performance in the first half, how we come out of that and then move on to the next game. It's all those things. How we've got really high standards and we can be disappointed, but we're not beating each other over the head. We're just managing things in a really solid, stable, functional way. And I think the players have really bought into how we coach and what we do, and they're a great group. We've got a really good experience base, and then a lot of real high quality young men who are really taking to life. You take Pratty for example, and how he's playing, and I just think we're evolving and growing all the time, and it's quite exciting. I think it's really exciting to see a young group of blokes develop and grow and take on all the challenges that are coming our way. And we get some things right, we get some things wrong, but I do think it's a really exciting, evolving team that's got a whole lot of potential.
Brilliant. Cheers, Daryl.
Thank you.
Hey, Daryl. How are you
Hey,
doing?
mate. You all right?
I think you gave Danny Maguire his debut, didn't you, many moons ago? Are you backing him knowing his rugby brain to get it right at Cass with time?
Yeah, it's tough as a young head coach. I've been there myself when you're getting thrown a lot of things at you, and you're learning on the hoof on how you deal with those things. And Danny was an iconic player at Leeds, so he's got a lot of experience in how the game should be played. Managing all those things, it takes a bit of experience, and he's getting a lot now. He's getting a lot of experience, and he'll 100% he'll be working hard to work things out. And we've got him twice over the next 3 weeks, so I hope he don't work it out quick. Obviously, for us, we see ourselves as being important. But look for Danny. we've got a couple of young British head coaches who are finding things tough at the moment, and we should be supporting those coaches to get better. The RFL should be supporting them because I think that's you want to help coach in this country to be as good as it can be.
Are there any similarities, the job he's inherited at Cass and the one that you walked into back in 2013, I think it was?
Um, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's when I took over there, they were they're pretty much bottom of the table. Ian Millward had been in there for a while, and I don't think it's same in that regard. To be honest, but it was a rebuild job, but it was also a fix up what we had at the time, and I thought we did that pretty quick. I went in 2013, in 2014 I think we finished fourth, and we had Challenge Cup final, so. Yeah, I think there are some similarities, but there are also quite a few differences as well.
Yeah, obviously, as you mentioned, you had success there. Do you see the potential to do the same there at Wakefield?
100%. Yeah, I just think the way the club's growing, and it's breeding for consistency. I think at this club, and that's probably what is the difference. I think you're breeding for consistency. You're doing a lot of things around the ground to grow. What's a really good environment anyway. I think the ownership is doing an unbelievable job. So, I can see this being one of the top four clubs in the future. I just don't see anything other than that. It's the start of something special for Wakefield. Absolutely, 100%.
And I think the last derby down there was a relegation decider, wasn't it? Pretty much. It'd be nice to send your fans home happy this time.
Well, that's the aim. I mean, look, it's a derby. It's going to be a tough, intense game. We're not doing anything but expecting a real derby, something that's got a load of heat about it. And we have to play to the intensity and get the clarity that we know we can. If we get both those two things right, then we'd be confident. But look, we know we have to play to our potential. Or you're in a real battle. Derbies are always battles anyway. So we're not doing anything other than focusing on our performance, and then the rest of it takes care of itself.
Obviously, you've played in a fair few Wakey Cast derbies. What is it about this particular fixture that seems to bring out the best of from both sides?
Well, to be fair, over the years, it's probably not brought the best out of us. We've, I've never beaten them personally in a Wakey shirt, so we've got a lot of intention to do that tomorrow night. We'll, want to come out firing, especially after first half last week. That's not us, so we've got a lot of things we want to put right, and what better time to do it to come out and do it against Cass and get that first home win and get that first win for me against them.
I'm glad you mentioned it first. I was looking back. 10 times you've played Cass and you've ended up on the losing side all on each occasion. Are there any of those games that actually stand out for you though, despite the loss?
Not really. They kind of all blur into one, so it's not been ideal, to be honest. I think the worst one were probably Magic. I think 2016. I think Solomon got 4 opposite winger, so that kind of hurt a bit. But I don't sit on it.
You've never had a problem scoring against them, though. I think you've scored in 6 of those 10 previous meetings as well.
Yeah, it's been all right. I'd rather not score and win though. So I won't mind getting over tomorrow if it happens. But at the same time, I just want the win. That's all I want.
And do you sense that these are bigger games than normal fixtures when you do play in them?
Yeah, you can kind of get a feel throughout the week, and you're looking forward to it. Like 2 weeks in advance, you're going, "Oh, we got Cass in 2 weeks," sort of thing. You're getting giddy for it, and then all the fans are. Every single fan you speak to goes, "Get us a win against these, get us a win." So it is a big thing, especially being that close. It's a proper derby game. So yeah, it's definitely got to build up to it.
You've just had an open training session today. Do you still find those fans that say, "I don't care what happens throughout the season, as long as you beat Cass, that's all I want"? Does that fan still exist?
Yeah, I've had a few of them today going. Never mind last couple of weeks or never mind cup and stuff. As long as you beat Cass on Thursday night, it'll be all right. Beat them tomorrow night, so it's still there. And if we can put them on a nice start to a bank holiday weekend, that'd be great.
What's your take on the season so far? How far away do you feel you are from sort of getting that 80-minute performance?
Yeah, it's just been a bit frustrating, really. Like we showed glimpses of what we can do and things like that, and the games we've lost, there's there's a few minute things that if you fix them up, you're sitting on wins there. So it's happened maybe 3 or 4 times, but we've sat and we've looked and we've said we can't be doing this review again. We can't keep doing the same review saying, if we fix this, we get that win, and then the next week we do the same thing again. Or so yeah, there's a bit of frustration there, but at the same time, it's like there's confidence in it because we know it is only a small fix. A couple little, mishaps or personal errors, really. It's a couple, it changes week on week who's doing it, but there's one of us what probably lets us down with a big play. So yeah, it's there's a lot there what we can improve on, but at the same time it showed that what we can do is pretty exciting.
And there's the potential for, I think it's could be the third sellout at the DIY Kitchen Stadium this week. Just talk to us about the atmosphere down there, because I mean, this last time you were at Wakefield, no one was talking about sellouts and things like that, but it's a very, very different atmosphere there now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Like from what it was before, I think the most I ever played in front of maybe 4.5 here. And then we're getting, 8, 9 thousands and stuff like that, especially the stadium's been renovated as well, so it's even bigger. There's more atmosphere. It's huge, especially like when they do the pre-game show, the fireworks you're running out. It's pretty special, to be honest, and it really gives you a nice feel coming onto the pitch. It pumps you up a bit, seeing how many people are actually backing you.
Just lastly from me, talk to me about short dropouts.
Yeah, you know what? They were going really well, weren't they, until then? But
That's a freak, though, is it? You don't get many tries conceded like that, though, do you?
yeah, it were well. No, normally I just I get told to challenge for it, which is fine since they're probably going to end up on your line anyway. But just got to be a bit smarter with it. If you can't get onto it, if I can't challenge for a catch, maybe don't just whack it straight to Morgan Knowles. But yeah, we've looked at it, and I probably won't do that again.
Howley was saying after the game, he was telling you just catch it, just
Yeah,
catch
he
it.
goes, just catch
Did you
it.
tell him to do
normally,
that? Just you catch it, pal.
he goes, you normally do pretty well. Just catch it. I'm sure that in the run up though, in the week, he said, you get most of them back. You're pretty good 9 out of 10 times, and then I go and do that and give a try. So it's kind of undone all my hard work.
So if there's one on Thursday, just lastly, if there's one on Thursday, you'll still be trying to get under it.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and catch it this time. Yeah, as
But
in
catch
Howley's
it.
words, just catch it, Tom.
Just catch it, Tom. Yeah, that's a good epitaph for the season, isn't it? Thank you, pal. All the best on Thursday. I'll just pass
Yeah,
you over
mate.
to
Thank
Steve
you.
and Gaz.
Hi, Tom. It's Gary. All right.
Hi, mate. Yeah, I'm good. Are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Just about the whole Derby Day feeling. When you were at Catalan, is that something you'd missed? You had the season went to lose, we're up, weren't you? But that's pretty much the one thing you missed from the season, wasn't it? The feeling of a derby.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, you don't really have, you've got your rivals. They like to really go after Saints and people like that, but you don't get the feel of it. There's not all the fans what have the excitement of wanting to get over on someone, say someone they work with or a friend and things like that because it's just that close. So it's good to be back and to actually be competing in these.
Is that something you'd missed, maybe? That Derby Day feeling?
Yeah, I'd say I've missed it, especially um, if I want to make it successful though. I've missed playing in the derby and the excitement and stuff like that, but at the same time, I want to win a derby. So yeah, it's definitely something I've had my eye on what when I went away and when I've come back.
Yeah, Derby Days are only any good if you actually win them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the bragging rights really, isn't it? It's something that's really important to both clubs and the town and stuff. So yeah, I definitely think it's definitely one we've got to win.
Remind me, did you play did you play against Toulouse when you were at Catalan?
No, no, I didn't actually. I think they went down as I went. So no, I didn't actually have one over there.
I think where would the nearest game to Perpignan would have been? Probably would have been. Do you play London?
We did play London, yeah. We played
That'd be
London,
the
but
nearest one, but it's
yeah,
still hundreds of miles away, isn't it?
yeah, he's still getting on a 2 hour flight. So
Yeah, still flying for a derby. It's weird feeling, isn't it? For your supposed derby, you're getting on a flight across the channel.
yeah, it's not the same. It's not got the same intensity about it. You like I say, you play big teams, which you like to get up for games against, but it's definitely not the same as going and running out against, a packed stadium here against Cass. It's going to be pretty special.
No, definitely. And you're obviously you're a Leeds lad, aren't you? But I mean, if you've obviously bought into the whole Wakefield Castleford thing, even though you're not from Wakefield or Castleford.
Yeah, I think it's more who you represent, though, isn't it? Like, obviously, for me, playing Leeds is a big game personally, but playing Cass is huge because of what it means to the club. What it means to the people around the area and everything. So, I now live in Wakefield, so obviously it's pretty big for me because, especially for Pride, I'm not losing. I don't want to lose to them again. So, especially, I don't want to lose them at all in my career. So, never mind in the derby game. So it's pretty big game for me personally.
Because you're living there now. Have you had it mentioned like when you're away from rugby as well? Like, I don't care what you do as long as you beat Castleford.
That's it. Yeah, people say that's a lot what fans say. They don't really care. What games you lose sometimes and things like that. They say as long as we get the cash, that's the main one. As long as you do cash and you don't lose them this year, I don't mind. So yeah, it's pretty big for everyone.
That's belting. Cheers, I'll pass it to Stephen. Thank you.
All right,
Cheers.
mate. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, mate. You all right?
I am good. Thank you. You?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Sorry to bring you back to your derby record again, but I mean, how many losses do you start to think, well, this is a bit ridiculous now?
Oh, I was thinking it after five, really. Every time we went into a game, we were saying, let's cancel that, let's win now. So, yeah, after leaving the club, I thought I might never win one. But obviously, when I've come back, that's a big aim of mine. That's one of the things I want to tick off you'd say, bucket list, really. So,
Do you know why Castleford managed to have that hold on you for so long and you couldn't win any? I mean, obviously they probably did have a slightly stronger team for most of that period, but still for it to be, was it 16, 17 in a row, I think, in total between the
yeah, I
club?
think they just found they say obviously winning is infectious, isn't it? So I think they found a way to win it and then they stuck with it. But they went through, their most successful period at that time and we were probably hanging on in some of them. So yeah, they always seem to get more up for it than us, but that what happened this time. We're ready and we're excited to play and we've got some things we want to fix up from the last few weeks.
When you've had that run, do you sort of feel like, oh, it feels like it's all going to go against you because you've lost them previously, or did you always go into them thinking, no, we can do it this time?
No, I think yeah. Sometimes we actually went into them and we went ahead early, and we thought, yeah, this is it, we're on here, and then just probably imploded towards the end, or they found something special. Like I say, they found ways to win. But like I say, when we're not going in with the mindset of that, we're going in to go hard and to push them and mainly focus on what we want to do, play our game, and we're going to do what we've fixed the things that we want to fix, and then we're just going to go from there.
We talked about the fans and how it can mean more than any other game to them. Does it, particularly losing them, does it hurt more to the players?
Yeah, it does because we're going in, you're going into the game, you are going with a bit of pressure, because it is bragging rights for you, for the fans, like I say, for everyone in the local area. So, it's one of them games you don't want to lose. You really need to make sure you don't lose these ones. So, yeah, obviously we've got to put that to the back of his mind and just get on with the game.
That's it. The flip side of that is I'm sure a win will feel better than most other wins if you can get it, as you're so desperate to, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. Like these are the ones, like I said, I picked it out in the calendar because obviously I haven't beaten them. So I picked it out as a personal one for me that I want to win. I'm sure a lot of people in the team, well, everyone probably feels the same. So it is something that will be bittersweet if we do get it.